Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently, coming at you once again with another lesson. This one doesn't have a title yet. It might just be titled Show Me Your Papers, Esau's Hatred, something along those lines, right? Now, this is something I came across on the Reddit, all right, the Reddit r/popular, or something along those lines. And it comes from the Texas subreddit, I suppose, as here it is here. And it's dealing with this lady here, all right, racist ass Edomite, who would have guessed, and her hatred towards the Northern Kingdom, all right? Now, if you happen to be a newer person on this channel, all right, and you're just now figuring out you're an Israelite, or you might not even know yet, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are Israelites. They're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man, has spent a large chunk of his whole time making sure that this was covered up. Now, these are the 12 biblical tribes, all right, and their so-called name as they're called today. I'm just going to go down through them. So the first is the Southern Kingdom. This is what they would call so-called black people, right, in general. So Judah would be the so-called Negroes. Benjamin would be the so-called West Indians. Levi would be the so-called Haitians. Now, why would you say why Negroes for Judah? Because, you know, the so-called they're all regular black people, as they're called, regular black people in America, right? They would call them Negroes. Okay. And, you know, going back to the Moors and all that, but that gets into different history, okay? Still history of Jake, all right, with the Moors, but and then so that's what you would have as far as the Southern Kingdom, which would be called, you know, black, all right, by today's standards. And then you have the Northern Kingdom. These would be considered Native Americans and Latinos, all right? You have Simeon, so-called Dominicans. You have Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians. You have Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Gad, the so-called North American Indians, the Native Americans, or the American Indians as they call them, Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, Naphtali, the Argentinians, the Chileans, and you have Asher, the Colombians to Uruguayans, and then Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, right? So that's who these respective tribes go back to. Or that's the respective tribes that, you know, those people end up going back to, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And that's why Esau has this hatred towards us. All right, regardless of who you are on that sign, Salakia, they have a hatred towards them. All right, because they do not like us. So it doesn't matter if you happen to be a Colombian or black, it doesn't matter. They're going to have some issues with you, right? Most notably because you are an Israelite, regardless if they know that or not, because they don't know that. All right, the low-end dumbass MAGA Edomites, they don't know that. The higher up ones do, but these ones don't. They just hate you because it goes back to that feud between Jacob and Esau, right? As a matter of fact, I want to grab that real quick. Yeah, I'm actually going to grab that. That was in Genesis. No. It was in, Genesis. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just going to open up that so I don't have to type it in. Genesis. Yeah, there it is right there, actually. Oh, well, it was. So Genesis 27 and 41 says, now this is a story that I recommend, we're going to read up. Let's see. We're going to read it. We don't touch on it a lot, so we're going to read it. And some people might not know the story if they're new. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it pretty far down. So starting with Genesis chapter 27. This is detailing where all the hate and animosity between Jacob and Esau really started, right? So, before I get into that, All right. I'm going to start from 23. Okay, a little bit of context. So Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, Rebekah, right, the one that gave birth, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations, all right, they're not the same people, 2 nations. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So the one shall be stronger than the other people. So the younger, Jacob, okay, is stronger than the older, Esau. Okay, Jacob is stronger than Esau. You see that, you can see it, how it is with us in sports. We run faster, we jump longer, all right, we rap better, we dance better, all right, we dress better, all right, we, did I say we cook better? We cook better, all right, we joke better, all right, we look better, all right, we smell better, all right, in all ways and shapes or forms, we are better, all right, and stronger, okay? That's why Esau hates it when Jake gets in their sports. Okay, they hate it because they know Jake's going to be dominating. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. It's like you for the stupid dog barking in the background. You know how it is. It says, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, now who is the elder? We're going to find out. All right, the elder shall serve the younger. Remember that. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So the other thing that you need to realize is, because people get caught up on this, oh, they were twins. Well, there's difference between there's different types of twins. The different types of twins, because there's identical twins. There's other types of twins. There's multiple. So you have conjoined twins, dizygotic twins, identical twins, mirror twins, all right, semi-identical twins, all right, parasitic twins. You got Slakia for the dog. You got, but yeah, twins. Here, we'll go to Better Health channel. So it says twins account for 98% of multiple births. So multiple births in Australia have remained relatively stable in 2021. Multiple births accounted for 2.7% of births, which is a slight decrease in the last decade. So there's different types of twins. So let me try to see. There's identical twins, fraternal twins, all right, which is fraternal twins. And that's the type of twins that Jacob and Esau were fraternal. It says around 2 and 3 sets of twins are fraternal. 2 separate eggs are fertilized by 2 separate sperm, resulting in fraternal 2-cell twins. All right, two separate, because they're 2 nations, right? 2 nations within them, all right, within her, resulting in fraternal or dizygotic 2-cell twins. These babies will be no more alike than siblings born at separate times. These babies can be either the same sex or different sex. So they're not going to be any more alike than babies that were born separate from each other, right? So, and then you have, identical twins, and they're going to look exactly the same. And that's not the case with Jacob and Esau. They were fraternal twins. They look like they could have been born separate because we don't exactly have the same features. Now, mind you, that can be proved with verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So the first came out. Whoever came out first is the older. So that shows you, going back into verse 23, the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So the elder, being Esau, shall serve the younger. All right, and this is all prophecy, because Esau hates to understand. They try to say, oh, it's because what we're going to get into in chapter 27, it's because they stole the blessing, or this or that, yada yada yada, all these different things. Well, it was all set out. It was all set in stone. Okay, and the Lord even said it was going to be like that before you were even born. All right, going back to how to the elect was predestinated, things were chosen before you were even born, before even the foundations of the earth were created. All right, it was already chosen that you were going to be the servant to the youngest brother, right? Because of things that end up happening, right? And we're going to touch on it in this exact chapter. So, and notice that they didn't mention how Jacob came out, because Jacob came out normal looking. All right. If I had a baby, and it came out looking normal, and I had a baby that came out purple, I'm not gonna be like, can you believe one of my babies came out normal looking? No, I'm gonna say, can you believe one of my babies came out purple? What the hell? Right? You'd only mention that one because that's the odd one out. A lot of the time, you only mention the odd one out. And Esau was the odd one out. He came out leprous. All right. He came out red all over like a hairy garment. He came out leprous. All right. And that's what happened. All right. Or Aisha, right? Wasted away, right? Genesis 25 and 26 says, and after that came his brother out. No mention of the color because he came out normal. All right. Melanated. All right. As a so-called Negro. All right. Dark skin as was most people at the time. Right. Of various brightnesses. Right. It says, or darknesses. Right. And his hand took hold. Let me start from the top. And after that came his brother out, Jacob, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Now there's a lot of speculation that this was because they're fighting, all right, battling, all right, in the womb even. It says, and his name was and a lot of people say he grabbed on his heel because he was trying to, he was fighting, right? It says, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 70 years old when she bare them. Salakia. And it says in verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau, mind you, two different nations, two different peoples. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Okay, so Jacob was more civilized. He was more civilized. He was more proper. Esau was more of a cunning hunter, right? A man of the field. He liked going out there and hunting and being grizzled and, right, all these different types of things. And if I look up hunter, all right, and I go to images, the first people that you're going to see, all right, white person, 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 Hamite, white person, right? So you see it, all right? And that doesn't mean that Jake can't hunt. Jake can hunt, but they're not like it like Esau is, man. They're not like it. You don't see Jake really chasing after elephants and shit and doing all this trophy hunting like you see Esau doing it, right? Doesn't mean that Jake can't do it and have fun doing it at the same time, right? It's mostly Esau, right? He's better at it. The tracking, all right, and following the blood. That was his thing that he was good at, right? Jacob's more of a civilized man, right? Plain man dwelling in tents. It says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now, Isaac, was kind of almost really a simple reason. He just liked food. You know how it is with Jake. They like food. Isaac loved Esau because he liked, that venison that he'd go out. And venison is a deer, all right? It's deer meat. He liked that deer meat that Esau would go and get, right? But Rebekah loved Jacob. It says, and Jacob sawed pottage. Okay, he was making food. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. It was uncooked. All right, it wasn't. It was raw. Right, it wasn't ready yet. For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Okay, so if you go, let me see. As a matter of fact, if I go and get the same. Right here in Esau, it says Esau, and then red pottage for faint, therefore his name called Edom. All right, so we can get these. So Esau literally means hairy. Okay, hairy, that's what Esau means. If you go to Edom, all right, Edom means red. Okay, red. So the name was Esau, Edom. All right, the name was later changed to Edom. Just like Jacob's name was later changed to Israel after he wrestled the angel, right? And so Esau meant hairy, Edom meant red. All right, so red and hairy, hairy and red. So going back, continuing on to the next verse, we can close that out. Therefore was his name called Edom, red, after the pottage, the uncooked pottage that he ate, right? In verse 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright, right? Sell me your birthright. If you want it so bad, sell me your birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? What does this even matter? It ain't gonna do shit to me. Have it, just feed me, right? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. This is what you need to remember. I'm gonna repeat this a couple times annoyingly. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. One more time. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. It was not stolen from him. It was not taken. It was not lied or deceived among to get. It was sold. Okay? A sold is a transaction made between one party and another. Esau sold his birthright unto Jacob, right? And Esau really never gave a shit about the birthright anyway, because he was godless. He was a profane person. No one as profane as Esau. Let's go and get that. Right here, Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And this is a condemnation, all right? This is a condemnation. What is condemnation? All right.
Condemnation.
All right. Expression of very strong disapproval, a censor, a criticism. All right. This is a condemnation, saying, basically a mockery. Who, there's no one in profane means godless. All right. Ungodly. Okay.
Profane.
All right. Not respectful. Definition 2 or 1. Relating or devoted to something or to that which is not sacred or biblical. Secular rather than religious. Earthly. All right. Unhallowed. All right, non-religious. It really goes back to godless. All right, if you go and look up that word, godless. Okay, godless. There's no godless. No one's as godless as Esau. All right, for who one morsel of meat sold his birthright, and that's what he did. So he sold his birthright. Okay, so now that we got this, we can go back over to chapter 27, and we can get this understanding. It was not stolen. That was a transfer of birthright. Now, biblically, let's see if I can go and get it from ChatGPT. All right, biblically, what would a birthright entitle you to as firstborn? All right. So in the Bible, a birthright, especially for the firstborn son, came with several key entitlements. Double portion of the inheritance. The firstborn son received twice as much of the family wealth as his brothers. All right. And it's going to give us references. So let's go and grab that. I said ChatGPT is good sometimes for if you're trying to look up for a specific scripture or look for something on a topic, to put a lesson together. You can pick from it, and then of course, you have your own notes, and then you just bounce back and forth, grab some stuff, and see. It's not going to give you good stuff all the time. It's just the same thing as going to here, or sometimes you'll look up like Faith, KJV, to look for scriptures and stuff. It's just like this, except you can keep on going on more and more with it. So I recommend brothers, check it out. And sometimes they'll give you things like this, and you can go and check the sources. This is Deuteronomy 21 and 17. It says, but he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion. This is talking about if you had a wife right? If a man have two wives, one beloved. Yeah. Said, but he shall acknowledge the son of the hated, even if it's your hated wife, all right? It's the firstborn. Says, but he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he hath, for he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his, and really as firstborn, you're entitled to pretty much everything, right? Leadership of the family. He became the head of the household after the father's death, taking on responsibilities for the family and its legacy. Spiritual blessing. It's going to talk about that. In many cases, the birthright also included a special covenantal blessing from Yahweh, particularly in families like Abraham's. So Esau sold his birthright, and part of that birthright, he was entitled to this blessing. So that's why he did not get that blessing. All right. Esau is always pissed off about it. You can go and look up, why did Jacob steal Esau's blessing? And you're going to see people, why did God bless Jacob even though he stole his brother's birthright? You can see why many people miss about Jacob's stolen blessing. Was Jacob right to take Esau's blessing? Why did God allow Jacob to steal Esau's birthright? And a lot right here, you have someone saying it. It said Jacob did not steal anything. Esau sold his birthright because he was an immoral glutton. There you go. Bam! That might have been Jake typing that out. Yeah. Well, Jacob's actions in stealing it was not fucking stolen, you retards. Oh, he's saying the F word. There's another thing you Christians don't get. Where in the Bible does it say you can't swear? Now, I know you're going to go and you're going to be running off and you get corrupt communication. So let me go ahead and get corrupt communication for you real quick. Let me go ahead and get that before you get to it. There shall no corrupt communication, right? Let's get it. Ephesians 4:29. Let's go and get it. Let's get it in the Blue Letter Bible so we can get the true understanding, all right, in the Hebrew or in Greek, wherever it goes respectively back to. This happens to be in the New Testament, so it's going to be in Greek. It says, this is Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. First of all, this has nowhere, anywhere here does it say anything about saying the word shit, damn, piss, cunt, motherfucker. It doesn't say anything like that, okay? So let's go and prove that. Corrupt communication. No corrupt communication should proceed out of your mouth. So what does corrupt mean? It goes back to this word here, all right? Sapros.
Strong's G 4550. Sapras.
All right?
Sapras.
Sapras. Now it says rotten, putrefied, corrupt by one, and no longer fit for use or worn out, of poor quality, bad, unfit for use, or worthless. Now, mind you, a lot of these words like shit, piss, damn, cunt, motherfucker, they've been made bad by what people said. It's just like the word retard was fine, but now retard's a slur. Fag was a word that originally meant heretic, but now it means something else. All these words usually go back to something and they have a different meaning, but people decided that they're bad words, all right? It's not that they were biblically considered bad words. Men have put that on there, and men's opinions don't mean jack shit. So if you see from the Strong's definition, sapros, it goes back to this word, all right? G45 and 95. Okay, this is the root word, which means to make corrupt, to destroy, to become corrupt, corrupted, or rotten. Okay, so we can go and get that word, sapo, or how is it pronounced? Let's see.
Strong's G 4595. Sapo.
All right, sapo. It means to make corrupt, something that is corrupt, all right? To destroy, something that is destroying words, okay? Now, if you go down here, meaning from Strong's G45 and 95, rotten, an example, worthless, literally or morally. So worthless words, all right, which goes back to, if something is worthless, it goes back to the word vain, all right? Vain, not by showing excessively high opinions of oneself, but in number 2, producing no result or useless, futile, useless, pointless, worthless words, all right? Pointless words, all right? Something that is worthless. Vain speaking, all right? Vain speaking, all right? Let's go and get that, all right? So you can go and get vain speaking, and you can get Ephesians 5 and 6, which says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. So this is dealing with vain, useless words, or corrupt, things that are corrupt, corrupt communication being things that are not biblical, all right, things that are, like it says, no longer fit for use, things that are wrong, all right, or things that are, things that are wrong, things that are mistaken, deceiving, or deceitful words, worthless words of poor quality, unfit for use, worthless, corrupt, all right, going back into vain, and another scripture backing up that vain words, all right, are not something that should be used, all right. There's another scripture that you get all the time, all right, it's along the lines of corrupt communication. I'm drawing a blank, it's not coming to mind. And the same thing with that, if you go and get the definition of what that word means, let me see, let me go and ask, where were we? We were in Ephesians 4 and 29. What's the other scripture that's like Ephesians 4 and 29 that Christians used talking about bad words? Filthy communication. That's right, filthy communication. That's the one, because people will say that. Or you'll say blessing and cursing, but that's dealing with something completely different. And again, we could go all on day, we could go on all day, rebuking Christians and their false, rhetoric and their doctrine. But this is Colossians 3:8. It says, "But now ye put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth." So let's go back into filthy. What does filthy mean? Filthy communication. All right. It says foul speaking, low and obscene speech. That's what it says, right? That's what it happens to say. All right. Let's go and see what the word means.
G 148. Eis chalagia. Eis chalagia.
Eis chalagia. All right. So it goes back to Strong's G 150 and G 30 and 56. So what do these words mean? Eis gross. Filthy. Baseness, dishonor, so dishonorable speaking. Shameful, it means shameful. Shameful speaking, all right? Things that would bring shame, all right? Or filthy or baseness, all right? What does baseness mean? Baseness.
Baseness.
Bad character goes back to what meaning? Evil, wicked words, okay? Speaking evil, speaking dishonorable words, all right? Speaking dishonorably, all right? Incorrect, things that would be incorrect. Base of dishonorable is what it goes back to. Base of dishonorable words, all right? Things that bring dishonor. Shit does not. All right, going back to this word, logos. Logos means what? Of speech. All right, dishonorable speech. So you put those words together. All right, low or baseless or filthy speech. All right, base speech. All right, base, dishonorable. All right, things that bring dishonor. What does dishonor mean? Dishonor.
Dishonor.
Shameful. All right, humiliating. All right, dishonorable. Okay, things that would be lies or incorrect or corrupt. All right, that's what it goes back to. No, you can say foul, and foul means what? What does foul mean? Or filthy. What does it mean to be filthy? Filthy.
Filthy.
Dirty. All right, obscene, dirty, mucky words. All right, indecent, obscene words. All right, corrupt. Okay, corrupt words. It goes again, going back to the word corrupt. Okay,
Corrupt.
Evil or morally depraved. Okay, that doesn't. Sinful things that would be sinful. Shit, damn, piss, cunt, motherfucker, asshole, all those different words are not that. So, moving on, you can continue to believe that if you would like to believe it. That's fine. You can go ahead. And Christians continue to keep on that because Christianity is filled with lies and lack of understanding. Okay? That's why you don't understand about that. That's why you have Christians asking why Jacob stole a birthright, even though in the Bible it directly says that it was sold and not stole. Sold, not stole. Sold, stole. Sold. What is sold? Sold, meaning give or hand something over in exchange for money. Stole. Okay?
Stole.
All right. Not that. All right. Or stole. It's past tense. Past of steal. To steal.
Steal.
To take without permission or legal right, without intending to return it. It was not without permission. It was with permission. It was sold. He sold it. All right. Sell. Sold. Stole. Steal. Words. All right. Feels like we're back on fucking Sesame Street now. All right. So you see a priestly role before Levi, Masonic lineage in some cases. So there you go. But you can go ahead and, we pretty much got that part. So going back, now that we have all those out, all right, and rebuke the Christians while we're at it. Let me grab a drink. Bear with me. Sock you. So, chapter 27. We're getting all this so you can understand once we show you. Well, you know what? Let's pause and show you some things. No, we'll get that after. So Genesis chapter 27. All right, we're going to read down. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, blind, he was becoming blind, he was getting older, all right, he was slowly in the way of, passing away, getting older, all right, he was, in the process of getting older and dying almost, really. It says he could not see, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, remember, that he liked, all right, because of the venison, right, and said unto him, my son, and he said unto him, behold, here am I. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death, saying any day I could die now, right? Now, therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison, because he loved that venison, right? Said, and make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. You know, because I'm sure he was unaware of the situation at hand, that the blessing had transferred places from Esau to Jacob because of the deal that was made. All right, and Rebekah, that's the mother, heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. You know how a woman is. She knows what her man really likes. Says, go and get some goat. He likes goat. All right, we're going to make him goat instead. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau is my brother. Slakia. Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. There's another hint at who Jacob and Esau is. If you look at Jake, they don't really get arm hair like that. All right, they might have a little bit. Now look at Edomite. All right, look at an Edomite. They have hairy-ass arms, right? It says, My father peradventure will fill me, and shall see to him as and I shall see to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. Slakia. And Rebekah took goodly raiment from her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. All right, because he had a stench about him. And she put the skins of the kids and goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she to trick Isaac, she had to use goat skins. All right, you know how hairy a goat is? He had to put that on the back of the neck and upon the hands. That's how hairy Esau is. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he said unto his father, and he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. It says, And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy power brought it to me. And it's true. It is really true that the Lord allowed this situation to go forth and made this situation come about, because the Lord needed this to occur, because of the transfer that happened between Jacob and Esau of the birthright, right? So this is what the Lord allowed to go out. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerneth him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he wouldn't be able to tell because he was blind, right? And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelt the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And Esau heard, and here's the start of Esau's crybaby ass lineage. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. It says, and that's why, sometimes you'll hear brothers say Yaiquab and someone. Yaiquab means Jacob. So you Yaiquab, you use that subtlety, right? And it says, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. There's Esau's lying. He took away my birthright. No, you sold it. That's Esau lying right there, lying. And, because he's a liar and the father of it. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? He says, I gave him everything. What could I possibly give you? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, because that's all he does. He stays crying all the time. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, where he's, that's why they have these mansions, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Be a murderer, or you're going to kill everywhere you go. And shall serve thy brother. You shall serve your brother. And it shall come to pass that when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You're going to be a slave, all right, but when it comes to time, you're going to break that yoke from off your neck, all right? And that came after that period of 1,000 years, and then he went forth at the Renaissance era, and he went forth and deceived the nations, right? It says, in these words of Esau, her eldest son, I skipped. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, even though he sold his birthright, right? And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob, right? And then there was a warning that came from Rebekah to Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her youngest son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort itself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him for a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said unto Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do to me? What good shall my life do me? So she said, hey, Jacob, go and, stay for a little bit. Go and stay for a little bit. All right. And until your brother's wrath calms down. Right now, Amos 1:11, dealing with something completely different. Same thing. All right. It says, and this is talking with Esau. All right. And Edom. It says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom. And Esau, after this, Esau has a lineage of a killer, a murderer, all right, profane, godless, evil, wicked, and all these different things in all of his descendants as well. Amalek, Gog, all of his descendants. And Amalek is what they, the so-called Jewish people. All right, they have suppressed Israel. They have suppressed the true Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and have supplanted themselves and said that we're the Israelites. All right, again, going to Esau, trying to get back in their way and try to take everything away, right? So the people that are calling themselves Jews today are not. They're ish, all right? And Jew-ish means likened unto a Jew, having some traits like, all right? And they're not, all right? And there's even scriptures about it, all right, of those that call themselves Jews and are not, right? and the Lord's going to make them worship below our feet, the real Israelites, all right, and know that, and they're going to know that he loved us, all right? You can go and get that scripture, all right? They shall know that I loved you. This is, Revelation 3 and 9. It says, behold, I will make them, this is red letter, Yahushua speaking, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Again, another thing that Christians got wrong. Jesus means earth pig, all right? There was no J's in Hebrew, okay? No J's. Were there J's in Hebrew? No J in Hebrew. He's a Hebrew man. How could his name be Jesus? And in the Hebrew, and the J didn't even exist until 1526. 1524, all right? 1524. Close. So it couldn't have been Jesus, all right? It would have had to been something else. In the original translations of the Bible, the original English translations, the 1611, it was Jesus, all right? Which is still incorrect, but it still wasn't Jesus, all right? But Revelation 3 and 9, Yahushai, and I'll go and prove that real quick. All right, here, you're going to go in here, and you're going to see the word Jesus Christ. All right, you're going to see the word Jesus. You're going to see that it does, in fact, go back to that word Jesus. Jesus.
Strong's G 2424. Jesus.
All right. Jesus. Okay, so, but that's not his name, is Jesus. This is Greek. He wasn't Greek. All right. He was Hebrew and is Hebrew. Now, it's of Hebrew origin. All right, now they say.
Strong's H 3091. Yehoshua.
Yehoshua.
And second entry.
I was going to say Yahushua.
Yehoshua.
Yeah.
Yehoshua.
And it says Joshua or Joshua, which means Jehovah is salvation. Again, the Father's name is not, now it's this is the Father's name. It's not Jehovah. It says Jehovah. It's incorrectly pronounced again. And so the Son's name is a conjunction of this word here, all right? Yasha, they say Yasha, all right, but it's not. It means to save or to be delivered. And then the Father's name, Yahweh, which is pronounced Yahweh, and we're going to show you that in a minute. It means, it says the existing one, to exist, or he exists, all right? So he, all right, delivers is what the Son's name means, all right? The Father's name means he exists, all right? And the Son's name means he delivers. He is the deliverer, right? So, to prove that this is not the correct pronunciation, already right off the bat, we proved it's not Jesus and God, all right? Because the Father has a name, all right? And so does the Son, all right? So we have this. So let me go and get the Hebrew chart, all right? This is the Hebrew chart. You can look it up, all right? You can find it. So you're going to see right here. Oops. I can't click, but this little character right here, all right, that's going to be Yah, all right? You're going to see Yah, okay? Yah. Then you have this one, which is Ha, Yaha, Yaha, all right? And then you have this one right here, which is, or this one right here, all right? Yaha. Then you have this, which is Wa, Yahawah, all right? And then you have this, Sha, all right? And then you have this, Wa. And then you have this, just where is it? I, right? I. So it would be Yahushua, all right. But correct pronunciation would you drop the Y and just the wa part and just keep the I. So it would be Yahushai, Yahushai. All right. And the Father's name doing the same thing. All right. Yah, ha, wa. Ha, but when you spell it Yahweh, all right, that ha just adds emphasis on the speech. Yahweh, wa, all right, makes the wa sound. Yahweh. So Yahweh, the Father's name, and Yahushai. Yahweh and Yahushai, not God and Jesus Christ. Yahweh Yahweh Shai, all right? Or really you'd say Yahweh Bahashim, all right? Bahashim means in the name of. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, all right? The Father in the name of the Son, because as the scriptures say, no man can come to the Father. Right here, John 6:44, it says, no man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me to draw him, and I will raise him up in that last day. That's not right here. John 4:14 and 6 is the one we were looking for. The other scripture stays in point, but this is the one we were looking for, not that one. It's come on, here it is. John 14 and 6. It says, Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So you can't reach the Father but through the Son. All right, it's like the same way you can't. It's not the same way, but to give you a worldly example, you know, you can't just go directly to the CEO. You got to get with someone that can put you in contact with it, right? With him. So continuing on, this is going back to Amos 1:11 to show you how Esau kept his, you know, he was, you know, Rebecca thought, you know, okay, go away for a little bit, come back once his wrath cools down. Well, Amos 1:11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So he kept his wrath forever, all right? So his anger did tear perpetually, all right? And you can go back to Esau with his perpetual hatred. This is Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, that thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So Esau kept their wrath perpetual, a perpetual hatred. Perpetual means never changing, without change.
Perpetual.
All right, never ending or changing, everlasting. Okay, occurring repeatedly so frequently as to seem endless or uninterrupted. And that's what's happened. And that's why you get things like this. So now you've had that long buildup. It's probably like 40 minutes, damn near. Yeah, almost an hour. All right, so now I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to get a couple more scriptures, and then we're going to close out. To show you, that's why you get things like this. And this is dealing with Southern Kingdom. All right, more than likely Issachar. I'm going to pause the audio so you can hear it. All right, and you got these Trump fucking, I'm not going to call them it, but, you know, F to the A guts, all right, that you know, they're retarded inbreds, man. They're retarded inbreds, and they're stupid, and they're dumb as shit. These so-called white people are dumb as shit, man. They're fucking stupid. So here you go.
Show me your papers.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna call the police.
Okay. Why?
Show them your papers and your lease.
Says, show them your papers and your lease. Literally talking like that's how you make fun of hillbillies using that fucking crackly ass voice. And she really sounds like, show me your papers and your lease. Fuck. What a retard, man. Base men.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna call the police.
Okay. Why?
Show them your papers and your lease.
Who?
This house is for sale.
Who are you?
I'm Bill. This house is for sale. Show me.
I live here. What happened?
Oh, you live here?
Yes.
Mahalo lives here. Are they leasing?
Something about illegal.
Why?
I'm
I live here. What happened?
It's illegal to take a lease.
You have no rights.
What do you mean?
Ohio's had no rights. Get out of
This is the true master race right here. You're looking at the true master. Look at the stance and the balding of the hair, and then look at the voice. How it talk like this. That's a true master race right there. Oh man, they're better than all of us. Man, they're better than all of us. They speak more articulately. More as I fuck up. They speak more articulately. If I could speak right. They use bigger words, better vocabulary. They're more knowledgeable. They play sports better than us. They have better posture. All right, they're stronger, right? These are them.
Texas. You should be out of Texas. Oh, next week when they bust you.
What's wrong?
Oh, please don't send me back to Mexico.
What's wrong with you?
Says, please go back to Mexico. Yep.
You are stinking.
Okay, we're gonna clean. Don't worry. We're gonna clean. We don't do that. We don't do that.
You are wetbacks. You're wetbacks. Guess what, man? I hope you, hey, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. May Yahweh Shem Yahushai let you die at the hand, all right, of an Israelite. So you have something to say. So you have something to say for once, all right? May an Israelite get their hands on you in the end times. Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, all right?
No, we don't.
Oh, yeah, you are. You got no papers. You got no rights. You in Texas, you got no rights.
All right, all right. Okay, call the cops. Whatever you want to do. Okay,
And the end's not going to match that
it's okay.
It's okay, because they're going to come
All right. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you want.
That's a stolen vehicle.
And she said, that's a stolen vehicle. You stupid fucking cracker. You fucking honky. You stupid piece of shit. All right? Really, man. Dumb. That's a stolen vehicle. Like, it's a stolen vehicle. Fucking retards, man. These people are dumb. May Yahweh Shem Yahushai take them out swiftly.
How'd you get driver's license with no papers?
Who are you?
You're right. You're right. You answered your own question, you dumb fucking coon. Yeah, that we're using that for them now. They get to get that word. All right, because they call us all these types of words. It's them. All right, it's them. They deserve all the slurs because they're the stupid one. To think about what you just said for just 1 minute. She said, "How you driving that car with no papers?" All right. How'd you get a license with no paper? You're right, Esau. How did she get her driver's license with no papers? You ignorant inbred fuck. You dumbass. Man, these fucking white people gotta go. They're fucking stupid, man. These so-called white people, right? And a lot of these so-called white people go back to Esau, all right? And most 99% of them, all right? Because, yes, we do teach that not every so-called white person is an Edomite. All right, I happen to be one that looks like a so-called white person. But just like how not every so-called black person is an Israelite, but a good chunk of the so-called black Americans that are here are Israelites, and a good chunk of the so-called white people are Edomites. All right, so it's not 100% defining, but a lot of people you see that out there that look like this, they are Edomites, and a lot of people out there that look, like a so-called black person are in fact Israelites. Okay, but there are underliers. This lady's definitely an Edomite though.
Crime watch, bitch.
What is... Why you call me bitch? I'm not a bitch.
Oh, you Ohio? You like Ohio? You like Horham, Ohio? Like down there?
What are you talking about?
Go block over here, hell puta. That's what I am. I own that property. I own that property right in between you.
Well,
Got cameras.
I live here. This is
Got cameras taking y'all.
me too.
Got people sleeping in the yards. That's your mom and daddy sleeping in the yard. Whorehouse down there. Melissa Reyes can go over here and I'll shoot her in the fucking face. Because she peed my floor. Ohio's. You should have gone back. You had to.
See that threatening? I said, I'll shoot her in the fucking face. Hey, may Yahweh Shem Yahushai send death and destruction to you. May you get a little too tipsy one day and wander out in the road. May you get hit. All right, but you see, I'm not gonna show the whole video because it's just ridiculous at the end of the day. You can go and see it if you want. 5 minutes of a bumbling fucking retard. That's inbred. All right. It says the old lady sounds drunk. It says and carrying a firearm on her waist. Hopefully the cops came out and arrested her. They won't. It says they did not. The cops spoke to the woman recording and attempted to speak to the crazy couple, but they didn't answer. The cops left the woman recording and they couldn't do anything and to call back if she threatened them again. So there you go. It says, good Lord, brandishing a firearm while apparently inebriated. Good thing the police were around. What would we do without them? Fuck the police. Police ain't shit, man. All they are is modern versions of centurions. All right. How do you spell it? All right, a Roman centurion. All right, that's all they are. All right, that's all they are, man. They're just a modern version, okay? And they're the same fucking Romans. All right, she sounds drunk. She does sound drunk, but you got to realize a lot of these people, that's just how they are. All right, that's just their brain is working on a slower level at all times to make it where it seems like they're inebriated when they're really not. Let's see. What else do we... Yep, that's what I was thinking too. All right, and this I liked this. It says the illiterate master rate right there. Show me your papers. Right? Fucking retards, man. Retards. Hey, I can't wait to see these motherfuckers screaming when they see a so-called black man cracking open the skies and coming back. So it's gonna be fucking hilarious, man. I hate these motherfuckers, man. I hate these fucking Edomites, man. I hate an Edomite. Can't. Ooh, man. Just wait. Just wait. All right, wait until the Lord comes back. So let's get what I want to get here. Let's get man. You know what? Let's get Obadiah. You know what? Let's get Isaiah 34 and 5. And it reads, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." Idumea is a land where the Edomites were dwelling. What is Idumea? Idumea. Edom. Edom and Idumea are two related but distinct terms. All right, one's a it says, it's dealing with, the Edomites were dwelling in the land of Idumea. Idumea was a land, all right? You can see Idumea, all right, wherein Edom dwelled. Say, so for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. For Slakia, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. There you go, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So, another one is this one's specifically for you. This is Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. You ain't liking it so much, is it? The whole, let's see, break forth into singing. This is Isaiah 14 and 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers," you can go and get the Strong's definition of strangers. It's going to talk about foreigners or sojourners in the land of Israel, people that are not from Israel, they're not Israelites, heathens, "shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased." Because Babylon, America, your precious America, it's going to be destroyed completely. All right? "The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." All right, and the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and they're not for long. All right, and it says, "And he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger," Esau, Edom, "is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." The whole earth is going to be at rest once that happens. All right, and even, when the wicked are in right here. This is Proverbs 29:2. "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." All right, even the heathens are mourning because of the wickedness that you've done. So another one is, let's get, Second Esdras 2 and 9. "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Your kingdom's gonna fall. Right? Well, you got that Nelson from Simpsons. Right? That's you. Fucking everybody point at him and laugh. All right? Everybody boo him. Boo! All right? Tyler created on stage. That shit was funny. This is Obadiah. Uh, 1 and 10. Yeah, it's right here. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let's deal with that cutting off forever. It's actually just a couple verses down in 18. Right here, and we'll go from 7 or 17. Slakia. So this is dealing with your, because there's gonna be a period when you're in the kingdom. Yes, heaven. You're gonna be there as slaves, as we previously detailed. All right, in Isaiah 14, right over here. And you're gonna have 1,000 years where you're gonna be hardcore, slavery. All right, and then after that, the heathens are gonna be there with you too, the other heathens. And after that 1,000 years, the heathens are gonna go back in their dwelling lands, and we'll be ruling over them. In righteousness, of course, and not just beating the shit out of them for no reason. All right, their captivity period was up. All right, they'll still be under us. All right, and but they'll be living relatively well, better than they were here. And then what happens to you though? What happens to you? Do you get the same mercy? Because Esau is the only nation that the Lord will have no mercy upon. All right, the heathens will have mercy upon them because they're gonna have their own little houses and stuff. And then there's again, they're gonna be under our rulership. Just like, right now, all of us are under Esau's rulership. But, you have some heathens that are doing okay here. You're going to be doing way better in the kingdom, all right? That's a form of mercy. Now, Esau, on the other hand, they're not going to have that mercy. They're going to be gathered and destroyed, all right, to never return again as a nation. And this is speaking of that, Obadiah 1 and 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Boom. There's not going to be any of this no more. You're not going to have that no more. You fucking hillbilly, sister, fucking ass, cousin, fucking motherfuckers. You're not going to be around. All right? You're going to be gone. Done. Never to return as a nation. All right? So we don't have to see your hairy, stinky ass no more, man. We don't have to see you no more. All right? That's going to be it. And guess what? The whole earth is going to be better because of it. You're a fucking stain, a cancer, a scourge, a plague upon this place that the Lord's going to expunge, put out, destroy, remove the rot and the festering that you've brought upon the society. All right? You're going to be, your whole society is going to be destroyed. All right? Every building, every book, every lie you ever told, everything, man. Everything you've done will be dismantled at the hands of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and you will be destroyed. Your land will be destroyed. It's not going to be dwelled in again. All right, it's going to be a place for wild beasts to dwell in. No one's ever going to return to Babylon. All right. Right here, talking about Babylon, Jeremiah 15:39. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. From generation to generation, still no one's going to dwell in it. Your whole place, your pride and your glory, oh, our good old America, is going to be burned up, destroyed, crisp, done, destroyed, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it. Because guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai hates you. He hates you, devils, man. God doesn't hurt hell. He doesn't hate no one. Oh, does he not? Does he not? All right. Romans 9 and 13. We're going to close out with this so it can drive in that knife wound and twist it. Put that salt and that lemon in that wound and twist that knife, all right? Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. He never liked you, devils, man. You're evil. You're profane. You're vile. You're godless. And he's not dealing with you. He only deals with Israel, and specifically even a smaller number of Israel right now, the elect. But in the kingdom, all Jake is going to have a reward, all right? Because that's his chosen people. So that's the lesson. All right, we're going to close out with that. So hopefully you brothers and sisters were edified. Lord willing, the elect was edified. And hopefully you Edomites, squirmed in your seats the whole time. I'm sure you clicked off as soon as it started getting too rough for you. You probably went and cried, but that's the lesson, right? I'm not sure necessarily what I'm going to title it, but Lord, what was edifying, we're going to close out there. Again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the true Father and Son, the true names, all right, the Savior, all right, and his Father, all right, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. These Edomites are not going to have the last laugh, man. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom.